Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce CMAtics video session 219. So in this video, of course, we will just continue with the process of writing SQL code. We will first verify where we left off previously, that is for sure. And after that, today we will actually try to understand how we can do the sorting of measures and how to write the SQL code related to that. Okay, so that is what we will be doing today. I'm opening this data set. I'm directly going to SQL and where we left off, we will just copy and paste this. Okay, and we'll run the query. Now, as you can see, this is coming perfectly fine. Okay, I can always, instead of ABC, I can always write this whatever is that part. Okay, not an issue. Some average and max, but that's not the point. Ultimately, the results are coming up. Okay, that is the main thing. So yeah, this part is also quite clear. This part is done, which is great. Now let's understand how to do the sorting, how to go for sorting, and how the SQL presents itself. So what I will be doing is, let's say I go for count of rows and okay, let me go for sum of amount, no, annual revenue, and let's say I go for average of annual revenue. Okay, what I will do is I will duplicate this tab because I wanted to explain you one difference as well. Now here, let's say I go for something like industry. Okay, and let's say I also go for something like account type. Okay, let's say I go for this too. Now the thing is that basically I'm clearing out the sort from here. Okay, that is fine. If I just clear out the sorting. So here, if you see, there is this thing called sort descending. Okay, and if I go for sort descending, as you can see, sum of annual revenue got sorted. But if I click on the average, in the average also, if I click the sort descending, you will see that basically the average is getting sorted, but here it's not. So what happens when you're going for sorting? That can happen only on one measure. That so, for example, if I click on sum of annual revenue sort descending, what will happen is by default the average of annual revenue, the sorting will get cleared out. Okay, that's the basic of it. You cannot have both the sorting at one place, both the sorting for the measures. Okay, that is one point. So now let's say I go for sort of descending of sum of annual revenue only. Okay, so then let's understand how the SQL is working. So as you can see, this is how the SQL is working. So first of all, let me write the condition. So this is the condition, right? We need to show the sum and average of annual revenue grouped by industry and type, but sorted by sum of annual revenue in descending order. Okay, so that's the whole purpose. So how we are doing it? So we are loading it. We are grouping by in circular bracket. We are going to give it. We are displaying each one of them, which is also fine. I think by now we should be able to do that as well. And then we are ordering by that sum of annual revenue in DSC. Okay, as it's mentioned over here. Fine. And then of course we will put the limit of 2000. That is fine. That is optional. So straight away, let me just open this data set and I will, so here again, once again, I will just copy this one, okay, and put some enter, that is fine, and paste it. And here is my condition, okay. So let's start. So here I will write q equal to load. In bracket, I will write the name, that is fine. Q equal to group q by. So I have two things. I have industry, okay, and also I have type, right? Sorry, type, okay. Now there is something called q equal to for each q generate q dot industry as industry, comma, q dot type, single quotes I am going to write type, okay, and then you have the sum of q dot as maybe a, and here I can write the same thing, it will be b. Okay, so I will get the average of first, and here it will be abc. Okay, and finally I will write a equal to uh, order q by, and I will give that particular thing a, and I will write esc. Okay, and of course lastly we is equal to limit q whatever 2000. Okay, that's not a big deal, and of course I will copy the data set name over here. Okay, so I think show the sum and average group by this sorting by. So I think it's done. Q equal to load and Q equal to group Q by. I think the spelling and everything is fine. Q dot generate as industry, Q dot type as type, sum of Q as A and average. Okay. Now one thing maybe I can just write it properly. Sum of annual revenue. Okay. Let me write the sum of annual revenue. Fine. And here let me write average of annual revenue. And what I'm going to do is basically I will just completely paste it over here, and we will see if this runs successfully or not. Okay, so just wanted to ensure that the same thing shows up. So here I will go to the SQL mode. So here I will just paste this and I will run the query. So as you can see over here, basically it's coming perfectly fine. Okay, so you have this industry, and if I just change it to chart mode, I think that's the way it was being displayed over here also. Okay, so I mean here I didn't make any changes, and yeah, that's cool. So that is how something I'm seeing over here as well, which is completely fine. I think the difference, if I'm not wrong, I don't know. I'm going to extra space. I feel is there. Okay, no, it's not extra space. It's just that it's an SQL part. Okay, so that's why it's doing in this manner. So when you change to SAQL, you won't get this plus and all. As you can see, there's no plus and all. So that's why I was finding a bit of difference. Okay. But yeah, if on logical wise, both are same. That is fine. So this is done properly. Okay. So that's the thing about this sorting by for measures. You can only do for one of them if there are multiple measures for a bar chart. Now let's understand one more concept, which is now that's why I went to a different window. I mean let that remain. Maybe I can take the reference of this one. But here, for example, if I go for sum of annual revenue and if I go for average of annual revenue, and under bars, once again I go for let's say industry, and once again I go for type, and I will clear out the sort. Okay, so I will clear out the sorting over here and here as well. Okay, so here the sortings are clear, but here what I'm going to do, there's an option which you see. Okay, sort within groups, and we will try to understand what is the difference between sort within groups and what is that thing of sort descending. So when I click on sort within groups, okay, you will see when you go for sort descending, basically what happens is it doesn't care about the industry. It will show you in the decreasing order of sum of annual. If you see this complete chart, that's how it is. Okay, the pattern is maintained, the sum is actually decreasing. Okay, here it is constant, but after that it's decreasing. That's the pattern throughout. But here, if you see, it's a bit different. Here, what is happening is, so when you click on this sort within group descending, what is happening is basically the thing is that this is coming in descending order. Okay, but this particular first field which will be there, it will be in ascending order. Okay, that's the thing of sort within groups, and it brackets it in descending. So basically, if you go to SAQL, you will also see over here that this annual revenue is coming in descending order, but you know that industry will be coming in ascending order. Fine. So that's the thing. So that's why you see you have all this industry which is in which is going, I mean going in the ascending order in terms of their letters. But in each of the industry, whatever is there, whatever is existing, the customer and partner, based upon which is having the higher value of the annual revenue, that is being shown up in the, and that is being shown up actually. Okay, similarly here if you go for let's say sort within group ascending, okay, it will be the other way around. So here again you will have the industry in ascending, but the sum will be in ascending order. Okay, so that's the thing about this one. So for now I can go for sort within groups descending. Okay, and this is how it actually looks like to me right now. Fine. Now I hope that part is clear, like what is the difference between sort descending and sort within group descending. So that's the difference where one of the field, the first one is being done in ascending order and the sum of analysis is being done in descending order. So here if you see it's the same thing, q equal to load, q equal to group by, q equal to for each, okay. We are displaying it and we are ordering by this and finally we are limiting. So here of course we are doing the industry as ascending and as descending. So if you see what is the condition, like here, if you see it's more or less the same thing. So let me copy this from here, okay, and maybe I can just paste it here. It's a slight variation actually. So the slight variation will be like show the sum and average of annual revenue group by industry and type sorted by. So basically sorted by sum of annually in descending order within the industry group in. So this industry group will be something in ascending order, okay. So industry group is in ascending order, okay. That's the thing. So show the sum and average of annual revenue grouped by industry and type sorted by sum of annual revenue in descending order within the industry group in ascending order. Okay. So this industry is in ascending order. That is something to keep in mind. Okay. So let's start this. So Q equal to load. I will give this particular data set name, which is fine. Okay. And here I will write Q equal to group Q by, once again, I will give both the type name, that is industry, and here of course it will be type, okay, semicolon, and here once again Q equal to for each Q generate Q dot industry as industry, okay, and I will just copy this thing, so it will be Q dot type as type, and here of course it will be Q dot, or rather the sum, okay, sum of Q dot annual revenue as A, right? And I'll just copy this whole thing and I will write the average maybe, okay. So it will be average, and here it will be shown as B of course. And finally, what I'll be doing is I'll be writing Q equal to order Q by. So here is the key point. Firstly, I will have the industry in ASC, and basically this will be the A, okay, and it will be written in BESC, okay, and finally Q equal to limit Q 2000. Okay. So that's the whole thing, and we will actually try to execute this in our next session. Okay.